My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is December 7th, 2025. It is 3:30 a.m. This is video 2. I'm pretty much continuing. I got distracted. I was going on just distracted. So I'm gonna use my energy, get the recording out of the way. After I finish record, I could be distracted online. So many silly things going on. But anyway, let's continue with the recording. Never forget the tabloids stalked Mama Doria and offered her money to sell out her own daughter. She refused. No leaks, no briefings, no betrayal, only protection and love. That's what a real parent does. Okay, let's listen to this. I remember before the Oprah interview, not Oprah interview, the docuseries, and I was like, I never hear Miss Doria's voice. When I finally heard her voice, it was so calm, so soothing. Oh, may God continue to protect her, and may she continue enjoy her grandbaby. Before I even play that, this is something that I thought in the past when Meghan had to move back to the US. This is how God plays the thing so well. It gives all the card to the royal family, and they reject it. And I'm glad, because now Miss Doria can enjoy her grandbabies as she pleases, walk in the house whenever she wants. Because if Harry and Meghan were living in the UK, she will have to travel. If she's still working, I don't know. There's some people, they love their job. Even at the age where they should retire, they continue because they enjoy. If she's still working, I do not know. She will have to take days off to fly to the UK and enjoy a few moments with the grandkids. So now she have access to her kids, her kid, which is Meghan, and Harry, because she already spoiled Harry. We already know that with Love Meghan. Harry let people know about that, about Miss Doria's cooking, and she get to enjoy her grandkids. Okay, whenever she feel like dropping off, she just have to call Meghan or Harry. I'm coming over, and the door full access. So this is what's good with all of that, and we need to thank God for it and to continue to pray and let her have many, many, many more years to enjoy her grandkids. Because growing up, she only had after having Meghan, she only had Meghan. All right, she remained respected. She respect herself. God is rewarding her. Okay, but anyway, I went off a little bit. Let's listen to it. I read that already.
I felt unsafe a lot. I can't just go walk my dogs. I can't just go to work. You know, there was always someone there waiting for me, following me to work. I was being stalked by the paparazzi. Once I pulled over, and so he pulled next to me and he said, you know, I just been trying to get a story. You know, you didn't get a lot of money for this. And I just looked at him and said, this is my child. Like, I have nothing to say.
All right. They did the same thing to, what's his name? Rex Simon. Okay? And this is why Meghan had to write him a thank you note. They try to, anybody who's around them, around Meghan or Harry, they try to pay them to lie.
Know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing.
Right.
You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo. But it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
And Miss Doria did the right thing. But the father, on the other hand, we see what happened.
Photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it, basically.
The royals only.
Thomas selling his soul to the British press and wink as if they will give him fortune. Useless idiot. Despicable man. Silence is absolutely golden. That's a real mama bear. Very well said. What is it? In court, there was, I think it was an email that was sent to, I think, Jason Kunoff, I think. Just look at the screen. Where Meghan contacted Jason Kunoff. And I think that's where the 6 a.m. email thing came out. They were bragging, complaining about it. Where Meghan said, look, Jason, I would like for you to make some time to come and talk to me. There's a couple things they need to, Meghan wants to tackle. With Omid Scobie, at that time, they didn't know the name of the book. It seems like Omid sent Meghan a list of questions. That's what I think. And for Meghan to respond. And it seems like Meghan responded to the list. This is my assumption. And then probably gave it to Jason Kunoff to mail it. And I think this was intercepted by you-know-who and decided to change it, put his own thing to whoever you might think.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
This is why I think some discrepancies that happen in Finding Freedom. And this is what I like with Omid Scobie. That's like a sidetrack that I'm saying right now. Omid Scobie stuck with his truth. He said, no, this is what they gave me. Okay? So all of the discrepancies that happen in Finding Freedom, and I think it's through that it was intercepted. And then they gave Omid Scobie the altered version of what Meghan said. The same thing they did with the next book that he did, what was The End Game. They couldn't do the same thing, but they were able to find a publisher, and I think the Dutch, just look at the screen, I think it was the Dutch version, because it was translated in many languages, and they put their BS about the skin tone of the file. I'm telling you, these people are freaking evil. But anyway, so the email, Meghan contacted Jason Kunoff to talk about Omid Scobie and Miss Doria's safety. Meanwhile, Meghan, not knowing, she was literally talking to the enemy, and I think that information was passed on to whoever hired him, because they were above. Whoever hired Jason Kunoff is above Harry and Meghan, but yet it's messed up in so many levels. All right, so let me read what's there, and that's it. She's a real person, and as a mother will always protect her. I will die 1,000 times for my kids. Me too. It's instinctive, and I can't imagine throwing my own kids to the wolves. Thank God that one parent didn't hesitate to do the right thing. Will have never considered it. There's the heart here. Amen. Exactly this. Thumbs up. Okay, next tweet. All right, so they tried to do the same thing. Both parents to go against the child. One of them took the bait, and the other one was like, no. And this is why Miss Doria has access to the kids. If the father did the same thing, ignore the tabloid and protect his daughter, he will have the same access as Miss Doria has. Probably will be living much better the way that he is now. It's unbelievable. All right, next tweet. I'm proud of Meghan. Truly I am. Thomas didn't deserve it, but Meghan's conscience is clear. All right, so she retweeted that. I'm screaming. Meghan actually did what I suggested. She only emailed that toxic old fart and left it as that. Hey, hope you're okay. Okay, I'll go into that and see. There's the response here. I think that was too generous. Her father called a tabloid journalist who then called his older children. An article soon followed. He is toxic. Meghan should stay away, at most pay the medical bills, but don't engage with him in any way. He was a good parent until he wasn't. Yeah, he doesn't even deserve that. What is it? There was one thing that I respond to from a tweet, and I already shared it in past video, where I said, because the conscience is when your conscience is eating you alive, it could create some mental health issues. For Meghan, I think she's doing that only for her mental well-being and for the future, so she doesn't say, oh, I wish I could have done this. One of the things that I said is that she should not initiate anything, because if she initiate any care, she has to follow through. Okay? If she said, oh, I'm gonna take you this, bring you to this hospital, she will have to follow through. But instead of initiate any sort of help, it said, what can I help you with? And, depend if she can or not. Okay, she doesn't have to, because they will think that, oh, she has money, so they're going to ask for the most expensive thing. Because one of the things that I saw in past videos is that they were asking for private jet. Harry doesn't even fly on private jet. Meghan doesn't even fly private jet, when both of them as adult when they fly. But I could understand, which is something Harry have already mentioned, when he is traveling with his family, which probably his kids are involved. Okay, this is where he used private jet. Okay, for the protection and privacy that he needs. But him and Meghan, we've seen many tweets, past videos where airline, what do they call them? The people who works in the airline posted about Meghan sending notes and things like that. They travel commercially. All right. But back to the airplane thing. If, the father asks a flight back to the US and asking for a private jet, Meghan could said no. I'm not going to buy a ticket for a private jet. All right. If you want, I'll buy you a premium or first class, if this is what you want, for a commercial flight. And that will be a one-time deal, and then leave me alone. Okay. There's that. Laughing my ass off. So I'm so proud of her. How do we know? She only emailed him. All right. I'm sure Meghan knew that an article would be coming. The timing of the email was perfect, even if the address was inactive. She probably will create one email just to send the thing and then deactivate it. That's what I would have done. Next tweet. Okay, I need to finish this fast. It's Meghan's decision and only Meghan's decision. Whatever she chooses to do, I'm with her 100%. That was before we know that Meghan responded. Okay, I'm with you, Meghan. No one should lecture you on how to deal with a problem parent. I was excommunicated by my mother for a decade, says Hannah Brett, and we were only reconciled shortly before she died. With the Duchess of Sussex estranged father gravely ill and intensive care, it would be the dutiful thing to be at his bedside, but the choice must be hers, and the rest of the world should butter out. Yeah, too. But by his bedside, nah, Meghan doesn't owe him that at all. Okay, especially in the situation and past experience. I genuinely hope Meghan doesn't allow Tom Jr. and Samantha to get close to her and her children. I don't think she ever have anything to do with either of them. They are trouble with a capital T. No one has the right to tell a family how to behave with each other. No one knows what has been said and done throughout the years. My opinion is everyone should mind their own business and shut up. Absolutely. Agree. I'm sure whatever decision she makes will be a difficult one that should be made without external pressures from anybody. Absolutely agree with you. Meghan knows, okay? They went to the pit of the fire. They know what they're dealing with. And I don't even think Well, I think Meghan have had issues with the father, certain extent. There was some lack of trust between Meghan and the father way before Harry came into the picture. I don't have that video by itself. I remember the squad were sharing a video, a young, probably teenage, maybe early 20s, late teens, early 20s. Meghan is driving and her friend was in the car. She was explaining some issues she had with the dad. So way before Harry got into the picture, there were some lack of trust between Meghan and the father. But this, now it shows full force. And all this is God's doing, giving little hint here and there. Okay, so since she was young, Meghan saw what was happening. And then as an adult, she understands what the father is capable of doing. All right. Meghan reaching out to that undeserving individual really interrupted the other halfling plan next grift, and it appears they were kept out of the loop. That's why they are now pissed off. They are demanding a private jet to fly the undeserving back to USA and be giving the best care. The capacity is off the scale. I like the way she put it without mentioning any names, but we know who she's referring to. Meghan doesn't have to do shit for that man. She reached out, checked on him. That's way more than he deserved. Not only that, contact crashed the trailer trash halflings. It also got toxic British media tongue-tied too. They don't know how to spend it negatively, which means Christmas bonuses might be at stake. Yeah, once Meghan know how the game, unfortunately, they're playing with their lives, but it's not a game. But the tactic, let's just say, the tactic of the British media, once she understands their tactic, she adjusts. All right, the fact is they need her financially. Who else is capable of getting him the care he needs and getting him where he needs to be to get it? Personally, I despise them, but Meghan will try to help, but they won't make things easy. There's one prayer that I said not too long ago. May God send its angels and protection to clear the path for Harry and Meghan. All of us, whoever believe in the true God, not the crazy mindset gods that they be praying to, but the true God. When you pray, you see the result. Okay, that God, your inner being speaking to the spiritual world, that God, when he sent his archangels to protect us, Harry and Meghan, and an extra one to clear the path for them, they will know what to do. All right. As I'm saying, I'm visualizing it. As the path is being clear, you see the yellow road is they're walking through. All right. God will help them. They'll be okay. Samantha clearly doesn't know anything about the quality of healthcare in the Philippines. All right, Samantha entitlement is truly astounding. She literally demanding Meghan charter a private jet to get them to that deadbeat and fly him back to the US. That's the life. He literally demanded it. Like it was her right. My word, clown. Oh my God. They have huge plan for to use other people's money. Unbelievable. All right, so that's JTB here. Meghan reaching out to her dad during a real crisis, and the haters are suddenly quiet. Boundaries are allowed, compassion is allowed, yet just hate seeing her when while protecting her peace, stay mad. All right, let's see how he put it. JTB always have a way of putting things in a perfect way. I haven't come across some of his videos lately, but I came across this. Let's listen.
So, Meghan reached out to her father after his emergency leg amputation. The same dad who betrayed her trust for a check. And the haters are choking on their own storyline right now. Thomas Markle didn't just make mistakes. He staged paparazzi photos, sold access, and then lied about it publicly, turning Meghan's real trauma into tabloid content for profit. If you think someone deserves unlimited access to you after that level of betrayal, I fear for your standards. Even after years of dragging her name and feeding tabloid stories about her, Meghan still showed compassion and reached out during a literal life or death crisis. That's a bigger person than any of our critics could ever dream to be. Meanwhile, the Meghan-obsessed haters, you know, the ones who screamed, "She abandoned her dad, while clutching fake family value pearls, are suddenly quiet. Y'all built entire careers online, acting like she was a heartless villain. And now, reality is tap dancing on your necks in the hottest Balenciaga heels. You demanded she repair the relationship. She tried. You called her cold when she was protecting her peace. You'll call her performative now that she's showing empathy. The insanity never ends. Face it, the hate isn't based on actions. It's based on your addiction to vilifying a woman who refuses to be your punching bag. If Meghan supporting her father in a medical emergency still isn't enough for you, then the issue was never her choices. It was your need for a villain. Your hate is a personality trait at this point. So yeah, Meghan reached out because she's human and compassionate. And the people who lied about her character, they're stuck swallowing the sourest, driest slice of crow imaginable. And the best part? They'll keep trying to spin it, but everyone sees the flop. Because when the truth lands, it lands. And right now, it's sitting on the haters' chest like a full-grown elephant.
All right. What I decided to do, I'm going to put the Oprah interview after I read some of the comments here. Which I share in video 1 where Meghan was talking about the betrayal of the father. Okay, that will be next. But I will not comment. I'll just let the video play just in case some of you then see that part in the Oprah interview. If he were my father, I would never have reached out to him. But I'm not mad that Meghan did. He will sell her out in 2 weeks. The only question is to whom. And Meghan will finally be able to move on in peace without anyone blaming her for not wanting anything to do with that man. And by the way, sweetie, you look cool with those glasses on. Completely truth. The same people who said they hate Meghan and Harry because they attacked the royal family and cheering Charles on for taking away their security in Frogmore Cottage, the same people want Meghan to take her father back after years of him attacking her and her husband in the press. Her team said, in fact, she has not reached out. So, okay, I don't know anything about that. Okay, you clearly don't get the full picture. All right, so this is the Oprah interview. I'm just going to let it play. The betrayal of the father, okay? 1 minute and 36 seconds. I'm not going to go in the comments, okay? I just want some of you to hear this part of the Oprah interview.
Did it feel like betrayal when you found out your father was working with the tabloids?
I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that. It was, if we're going to use the word betrayal, it's because when I asked him, when we were told by the comms team this is a story that was going to be coming out, which, by the way, the tabloids had apparently known for a month or so and decided to hold until the Sunday before our wedding because they wanted to create drama, which is also a really key point in all this. They don't report the news, they create the news. We called my dad and I asked him, and he said, no, absolutely not. And I said, you know, the institution has never intervened for anything for us, but they can try to go in and kill this story. But if they do this once, we're not going to be able to use that same leverage to protect our own kids one day.
He said, no, absolutely not. He hadn't been talking to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he basically lied to you.
Well, and so when I said we won't be able to protect our own kids one day, and I said, so I just need you to tell me, and if you tell me the truth, we can help. And he wasn't able to do that. And that for me has really resonated, especially now as a mother.
Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I did my commentary about this video on my last video. Okay, I just wanted some of you to listen to the Oprah interview part. Okay, this is the caption, exclamation marks. Okay, Thomas Markle abandoned his own mother, Doria, and Meghan took care of her till her death. So this is Thomas Markle's mother, and there's a picture of Meghan kissing her. Yeah, early on when I started creating videos about Harry and Meghan, the squad was saying that they used to go, Miss Doria and Meghan used to go and check on her and things like that. Oh, where was her stepsister then? Did she help with her care? Nope, no one cares for Grandma Markles except for Meghan and Doria, and this was after Tom and Doria divorced. Yeah, that I heard about this. Okay, but according to her father, that did not count. He is reaping what he saw. He was happy to insult her for the media and money, and now he needs more money. What better than that to call the media and get her step-siblings to say she doesn't care? Why are they not paying his bills? He made a fortune on her back, was not too ill to call the media and get their support to insult her. I believe one member of the family still has contact. It is the Markles family, who see Meghan as their bank. Speak out and insult her is worth a few dollars to them. As for GB News, the only way they can get viewers is not presenters and reporters telling lies about her mother. Now, if the father's leg did not get amputated, how is he gonna show himself in public? But anyway, these people, they don't care anyway. Thomas Markle is, there's the word here. One wonders where Samantha Markle was when Meghan was the one left caring and loving Thomas Markle's mother. Meghan and Samantha's paternal grandmothers. Where was Samantha? Anyway, Samantha couldn't even look after her vulnerable young kids. But GB News or Daily Fell won't talk about that, right? Alright, let's get to the next tweet. Talking about Miss Doria here. Alright. If you want your child not to be estranged from you, then be a Doria Ragland, not a Thomas Markle. Exactly. Giving an interview from his dying bed to the Daily Fair. No oxygen, looking well, not disputing his cough, illness, but definitely his dying death. True, there's that. Girl, what happened now? That's an ad. Let's go to the next tweet. Making reference to Miss Doria. Alright, for the record. She tagged Carol Malone. That's that woman who said Miss Doria went to jail. Doria Ragland holds a Bachelor of Art and Psychology and a Master of Social Work from the University of Southern California. Graduating with her master's in 2011, she's a licensed social worker, psychotherapist, and yoga instructor who works with geriatric patients and teaches yoga in Los Angeles area. You use a lot of big words in there, or you sure Miss Malone will understand all of them. Unlike the king's other married and relatives, Carol brother, people's husband and father, Doria never spent time in jail. And unlike his blood relative, Mountbatten, she did not have an extensive FBI profile document. The shade they throwing. FBI profile documenting serious allegations regarding sexuality and moral character. Carol left school at 16. Allegedly, I don't know. Licensed social worker cannot have a criminal record. Why are those people so dense? Okay, I don't know the rules of that, but next tweet. All right. For a much promoted Christmas carol that was reportedly to showcase the wonderfulness of the Happy Christmas band, Thug and Disharmony always look miserable AF. No wonder the media always ditches them when they get a glimpse of our good sis and brother, man, 5,000 miles away. Okay, she's making reference to the leftovers. I think there's a Christmas carol that's going on. I didn't even bother put anything on the list about that. Oh Lord, Bun Thug and Disharmony. Okay, that's the only response. All right, next tweet. Talking about the leftovers, the squad, making reference to them. Okay, let's pause that. Doing a photo shoot for the Daily Mail while apparently in deathbed. The effing Daily Mail demanding Meghan flies to the Philippines to see him through a Daily Fair. You have spent 9 years trashing her, abusing her. Call your white children and leave Doria's daughter alone. Alright. Meghan, reach out. Sorry you find yourself in this position. Empathy, then back to reality, Dad. Even on my deathbed, I want to make money from you. Yeah, that's kind of disgusting. I'm sure Meghan is heartbroken all over again. Nah, I don't think she's in that level anymore. Like when, she, before getting married, and this is why I shared that Oprah interview where things were chaotic. The family going on national television, talking to the tabloid, and she asked the father point blank, whatever the question was, and he lied to her. Meghan is not in that space anymore. She already knows from my understanding and my humble opinion, I'm not Meghan, but I would assume, okay, knowing how your father behaved towards you with the British media, I don't think she's in that space anymore. Contacting the father, sending that email, if it's true, allegedly, all right, if she did, is to clear her conscience. To clear her conscience and said, look, I did what I can, despite the fact what the father had done to her, but she reached out. I think it's for her conscience. She doesn't want her conscience to eat her alive in the future. This is something you don't want to have in your living forward. Okay? So her sending the email is to clear her conscience, to say, I did what I can, despite what he did to her. And as she said in the Oprah interview, she has children to take care of. She can't just...
If they do this once, we're not going to be able to use that same leverage to protect our own kids one day.
Put herself in danger. She has to be very smart moving forward with her father. But anyway, even on my deathbed, I want to make money from you. Right? I'm sure Meghan is heartbroken all over again. Something else she and Harry bond over. Yeah, I don't think she's in that space anymore. Let me see. There's one response here. Okay, it's truly despicable that a father will do that to his youngest daughter and his grandkids. All right. I hate to say this, but I hope they didn't pay this man to cut off his legs for attention. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I don't know. This is what I said a few minutes ago, where he will have to stand hiding if the leg is not broken. Okay, with he sold out his daughter before, I won't put it past him. Oh my God. Okay, I was thinking the same thing. That lady had the man chop up to get a story. He probably has diabetes or poor blood flow. I can imagine them buying him all the fast food he can handle and hope he will be hospitalized and Meghan will reach out. I'm sorry I'm laughing about this because it's crazy to think of it that way, but this is the mindset of these people. Yeah. Okay, there's this. You could pause and read. I'm not going to spend time reading this. All right, pause and read. Pause and read. All right, let me go to my next. You could read these that's on the screen. All right, this is a video. I have 2 more left. Oh, no, it's not a video. Oh, maybe it is. Thomas Markle is a failure as a father, unworthy of being a father. If he is allowed into Meghan's life, he will destroy her, Harry, Archie, and Lilibet for the Daily Mail and make a profit from it. Yeah. This is why I said Meghan have to protect herself. All right, let's listen.
Thomas Markle is a failure as a father completely. He is someone who has said and demanded that Meghan somehow owes him, and that Meghan will be nowhere, that she will not be a duchess without him, and that somehow he needs to be taken care of. He needs to be taken care of by Meghan. If someone who is abusive, if you have a parent who is toxic, cut them off.
Yeah.
Don't allow them to ruin your peace, your joy, your happiness. It's the duty of a father or a mother to take care of their child, not to feed them to people who will destroy them. Thomas Markle is working hand in hand with Daily Mail to abuse, attack Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. That's what he's doing. Make no mistake, that's his goal. That's what he's paid to do.
Yeah.
And he is being paid heavily.
Allegedly.
For that. You think that he's doing all this for free? Of course not. He's paid. And they want to trap Meghan by getting her to a place whereby it is unsafe for her, whereby Daily Mail will be around to harass her, to stalk her, and to record every single conversation Meghan has with Thomas Markle. Daily Mail are eagerly awaiting, meaning Caroline Graham is eagerly awaiting for Meghan to contact Thomas Markle because she has Thomas Markle's phone with her at all times.
Yeah.
She's waiting for Meghan to call because she wants to record everything. Daily Mail wants to be informed of everything because they want to keep on creating drama and a circus around.
You know, I think one of the squaddies said that. Whenever Meghan is talking to the father, is to a burner phone. Okay? Once she finish talk with the father, turn it off. Until for further notice. But other than that, don't use your real phone. I mean, Meghan is smart, she knows. Alright? So when she needs to talk to the father, that phone is just for that. And leave it somewhere. Yeah, but anyway.
This story about Thomas Markle. And Thomas Markle is giving them what they want.
Yeah.
That is not a father. That is someone you stay away from.
Yeah.
That is someone you keep away from, because that person, if you allow them in, they will destroy you. They will destroy you. Don't allow them in, Meghan. Don't allow them. If you allow them, they will destroy you. That's their goal. That's their agenda. Don't let them.
Alright, that's the second video of him I've shared with you. Not in this video, past videos. Absolutely, he is a scum. No, don't fall for that nonsense. There is no dignity in Markle. F off, he's a gal. Alright, what is that? Meghan Markle is coordinating use of private jet and made of a team to bring father home to the US after Thomas had his leg amputated during surgery in the Philippines. Prince Harry has reached out to his Invictus contact for assistance with prosthetic for his father-in-law. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Okay, 100% Brian. Why is he taking photos for the very publication who Meghan sued and won against? These are the same people who dehumanize Meghan on a daily basis, 24/7, 365 days for nearly a decade. He is still talking to the press. Of course, Meghan won't have any of that. All right, let's go to the next tweet. It's very sad. All right. Who gave interviews at the ICU and what doctor let that happen? And the photo? And the photos? There's that. ICU or restricted areas. I smell a con. This man has no dignity and is allowing himself to be displayed like meat at the market. Something off about the whole thing. Or they are just despicable people, which we know they are. From heart attack to leg amputation. Yeah. I guess they didn't think past the lie, because eventually he will have to be outside and people will see him. I don't know. They have no shame at all. Whatever's on the screen. Well, he does need the money to pay off hospital bills. We don't even know if it is true. Let's just put allegedly for everything. Just like how your Duke and Duchess did the docu-series and sold off Harry's family to pay off security and mortgage bill. Yeah, right. Nah, Harry, they told their side of the story. All right, let's see. There's one comment under. Can I see here? Okay, are you stupid or ignorant? The welfare royals led by William and Kate sold Harry and Meghan to the media. Let's pause this. To the media rules in order to hide the skeleton in their own closet and to continue leeching off the struggling taxpayers. All right, so there's all of this. I don't want to get into that. All right, guessing the same type of doctor and retard that can strap a pillow to its gut and jump up and down in a maternity unit while lying about being pregnant and suffering from postpartum preeclampsia. Oh, please. Is she making reference to the baby mama thing? These people are freaking. Oh dear, postpartum made after a woman has given birth. How embarrassing for you. Post. Okay, that should give you a clue. Let me black this. I have one more. And then you see med blanket. That was the last tweet. Next tweet, and this is my last one. I'm gonna do another video. It will be for PYTE. All right, let me pause this. Okay, I'm glad I see. Only gonna play this for you. I come across it and I just want to share it with you. I don't know why former prime minister is doing this, but here it is. I'm not even gonna go in the comments. Okay, the way he's looking at Katy Perry, he's in love. Okay, all right, you make your.
Look at that.
All right, let's go. Oh, mini one.
A little mini.
My first date.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Oh, that's good.
Look at that.
That's it. That's it. I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to show you. I saw it, so I pass it on. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And the prayer for this video: may God continue to protect Harry and Meghan and their little family. May the squads, the true Sussex squad with good moral and ethic, be protected and have good health. Okay, all of us. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.